according to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties, and it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan.
Promoting tons of these ICO scams at the time, and he also narrowly avoided an ICO fraud lawsuit for the same thing, under the defense that he wasn't actually influential enough to convince people to buy the scam.
I'm robbing y'all. Belch does nothing but collect dust, money over legacy, currency over legacy, because he felt underappreciated.
Floyd Mayweather looks to have just destroyed his life. Floyd recently claimed that he purchased $42 million in Manhattan residences, although sources suggest otherwise. The records show that there was no transaction, he boasted online about having buildings without any partners, but it all looks phony now. This has the ability to permanently undermine his credibility.
Ever. All right. Now, Floyd Mayweather Jr., there's a story circulating that Business Insider did talking about this $400 million property deal that he had been discussing here in New York City. But now, according to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties, and it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Here is what Floyd Mayweather had said at the time on a video that he posted on his Instagram.
I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on the regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me. Guess what? You can do the same.
All right. Well, now we're trying to figure out what happened, right, with Business Insider. So according to another update, he did ink a $402 million deal for a Black Spruce portfolio. When he said that it was all his and no one invested, he meant no one was funding his part of the investment but him. And so I think this is something where maybe he owns a piece of this or shares in it, but it hasn't changed hands because the majority owner is still the same owner that it was before. I'm trying to understand what happened with this, but I know there's a story that's circulating, so just putting it out there. Whew, it's a tough one. I'm trying to understand as a real estate person myself what exactly he is communicating when he's saying that he owns this, because they're trying to make it seem like he doesn't, but what it seems like is that he owns shares of these buildings.
Floyd Mayweather's preoccupation with flaunting his wealth has not subsided as he approaches the age of 50. He releases films showing off fancy clothes, private jets, and outrageous amounts of money. However, opponents argue that his insatiable desire to prove his achievement is driving him to financial ruin. Rather of securing a future, he is maintaining a fantasy.
It kind of, think it's a red flag when you're 50 years old to feel like almost 50 and still gotta flex on social media. But, people on social media do what they do best, especially black people, try to tear each other down. So people start researching, Angelique started researching, and they found out that Floyd was capping. Now, Floyd is part of like some type of ownership group that got a part of it. Then you got 50.
In one popular video, Floyd spreads bundles of cash across a table like a banquet. He flashes wads of hundreds like medals, but when someone is constantly required to produce tangible wealth, it frequently indicates uneasiness. Real wealth stays mute. Real wealth is not eagerly demonstrating itself on the internet.
Money made, money made, money made all day. Right here, a light million. Over there, counting up another million over there. Walk with me, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take you into my life. So Andrew Jackson, of course, is on the 20. Benjamin Franklin right here. Money made all day. We in the bank. Doing what we do best, counting money.
Mayweather may be unbeaten, but that doesn't mean fans enjoy watching him fight. In fact, many fans admit to tuning in to see him lose. His defensive strategy, sometimes described as monotonous, and when combined with his attitude, it's simple to see why people root for his failure rather than his success.
One of the best middleweights of all time is fighting this weekend. I didn't say greatest, I said best. I am really high on Janibek Alimkhanuly. He beats Canelo, he knocks out Crawford with ease. This guy's a monster, absolute freak. If you guys haven't watched his highlights, if you guys haven't watched the full fight, go watch him. He's fighting this weekend. Make sure you guys tune in. His last fight was absolutely domination. This should be illegal. But a lot of people ask me like, Jerry, why are you so high on Janibek? What does Janibek do, or whatever the case may be? The guy is huge for 160. He's huge for 168. He debuted at 175. He's a light heavyweight. He's cutting down to 160 because Canelo won't give him the fight at 68. And 75, he's still a bit undersized. But he's a southpaw, quick hands, quick feet, explosive one-punch knockout power, insane timing, insane punch selection, amazing boxer on the inside. Probably a top 3 boxer when it comes to fighting on the inside the pocket. Probably has the best uppercut in all of boxing. Janibek Alimkhanuly is a monster. I hope you guys tune in this weekend to see what I've been seeing.
Floyd recently got a ban for promoting financial frauds. He pushed dodgy cryptocurrency projects and other money-grabbing schemes. He quickly returned to the game after the ban was lifted. This time, working with Kim Kardashian for another NFT promotion. The man is not learning, he is simply repeating the same money-hungry mistakes.
When Floyd Mayweather was banned for 3 years from promoting securities after scamming his fans with an ICO called Cintratec. He was promoting tons of these ICO scams at the time, and he also narrowly avoided an ICO fraud lawsuit for the same thing, under the defense that he wasn't actually influential enough to convince people to buy the scam. And now that it's 2022, his 3-year securities ban is over, and he's back to scamming again. He's currently being sued once again for his promotion of Ethereum Max alongside Kim Kardashian, and also has gotten really into NFTs.
And if you in the NFT world and you betting on me, you will never lose. But what I need you to do right now, go get Mayweather. That's my new NFT. I've been working on that for months. If I win, you win.
Now, it's pretty obvious from these comments that Floyd has learned nothing after not reading the SEC settlement. So maybe that's why he tells us we can't lose by betting on it. So let's put that to the test with his last 3 NFT projects.
I'm dropping my NFT tonight. FloydNFT.com, August 10th. Go get it right now. Matter of fact, don't even wait till August 10th. Get it now. My NFT. Own a piece of my legacy. Floyd Money Mayweather. I'm not just in 30% or 40%, full 100% about you. I'm all the way in.
Now, Floyd's world was indeed a huge success for Floyd Mayweather, who raked in $4.9 million. But what happened to his fans? Well, they're furious because the price of this NFT has collapsed over 90%, and they angrily responded in the comments section, "You already have an NFT project. It's called @RealFloydNFT. You released it last year and then stopped working on it immediately after. Have you been punched in the head so much you're forgetting these things?"
Floyd's financial background includes anything from tax evasion to supposedly being held captive in Dubai for unpaid games. These are not isolated cases. They are part of a disturbing trend. It's not just about the money. It's about losing trust, credibility, and power over his public image.
Well, it turns out that the rumors were true, and Floyd Mayweather has been trapped in Dubai for the last 50 days. Gervonta Davis was the first to claim it. Now, multiple insider sources have confirmed that he is in fact trapped in Dubai for a debt that has nothing to do with boxing. After doing a little digging, it seems that someone in his camp, while he was shopping for jewelry in Dubai, stole one of the pieces, got away with it, and then blocked all communication with Mayweather. Since then, Floyd has already paid for the jewelry, but they refuse to let him go until they get their piece back. And allegedly, this guy right here is the thief that started this whole mess.
Floyd has made millions, but he has also been accused of accepting payments for events and merchandise that never happened. Fans pay for meet and greets, appearances, and exclusive material, but seldom receive what they paid for. A TikTok expose showed how much of his brand is based on hype rather than substance. Floyd boasted that he gained $100 million from the Conor McGregor bout, describing it as a financial milestone. But insiders and experts have questioned those numbers.
What's the biggest fight you've ever had? Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, which ironically is a boxing event, but it's the biggest combat sports fight ever. What did that gross? It did 4.4 or 4.5 million buys at $100 a buy. Yeah, so that worked out okay. It did.
Chael Sonnen, a fellow fighter and trash talk master, offered insightful commentary. Floyd's problem is not making money, but spending it. He no longer fights for pride or passion, but rather for income. The glitzy lifestyle, cars, and planes, everything comes at a cost. He's moved from battling for belts to fighting for dollars.
No, Floyd's not going to do MMA, but he is going to box again. He's enjoying this attention. It's been very smart what he did. I think it surprised him. I think he was just going out to have a little bit of fun. I don't think he realized he could get 4 and 5 weeks of headlines out of this, but he does need to box again, for sure. I mean, you call it breaking news, but I will tell you unequivocally right now, Floyd Mayweather does and is planning to box one more time.
And the motivation behind getting into a ring again to box when he said he's retired, why? Why do it?
Floyd's broke. You got to understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
So anyone, Floyd's made $1 billion. Floyd has gotten $300 million for Pacquiao, $300 million for McGregor. That might be true, but that money does not exist anymore. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Mike Tyson, he did real well too. Evander Holyfield, again, it's not what you made. And don't forget, boxing and MMA math, whatever that number is, you get 30% of. So 30% of $1 billion, he still did really well, but not when you're spending money like that. I mean, that's just the way it works. We've seen a progression of these guys, one after the next, that all end up the same way. And that's broke, and they're just not smart with their money. And, that's all it comes down to. I'm not even trying to bag on Floyd. Look, he's just not a very bright guy. He's surrounded with even less bright guys. This is the way it works when you're a boxer and you go spend that kind of money. If you ever buy things that cost money to own, you're going to be broke.
Floyd Mayweather frequently associates wealth with accomplishment, utilizing social media as a platform to show his fortune. His posts are packed with status markers, such as mounds of cash and luxurious cars. While Mayweather sees this as proof of his accomplishments, others such as Shannon Sharpe have voiced concerns. They say that frequently displaying money can suggest poor financial habits and a concern with appearance over stability. Rather of building long-term wealth, Mayweather appears to be more concerned with impressing others. Some argue that his materialism may finally distract him from prudent money management, resulting in long-term financial troubles. The money man is getting ready. Super Bowl weekend in Las Vegas, we needed to get the ones that made it rain. I need everyone at Girl Collection. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Super Bowl or whoever wins or loses, it doesn't matter. I need everyone there. Girl Collection, yeah. You may either adore or hate him. Mayweather has established himself as one of the most arrogant players in sports history. In addition to winning fights, he openly stated that he values money more than legacy. That approach may have made him wealthy quickly, but it has also made him despised. That hostility makes his fall from grace all the more enjoyable for his critics. Floyd Mayweather was trying to give you the fights, and everyone started arguing he was too old. This man was to the point where Floyd Mayweather started saying, "All of the belts, F you, F everything, I'm taking you all to the bank, I am robbing you all, belts. Collect nothing but dust, money over legacy, currency over legacy." Because he felt unappreciated, he trains all day in order to become one of the greats. Forget that I'll do it for myself. He became one of the most self-centered fighters you've ever heard. That's why I've never blamed Floyd. When I suggest the Floyd Mayweather effect, many Floyd Mayweather fans respond, "You ain't no Mayweather already." No, I am referring about the effect. Floyd Mayweather is an all-time great fighter, but most people overlook his successes because they do not value hard work and dedication. That's why being great is rare. Most people look for that shortcut, and they only see Floyd's route. They never met a scenic route. When he came out of retirement to fight Logan Paul, he was motivated by money rather than competition. Mayweather's debts and living costs had accumulated, and this YouTube circus match was his payout. However, Logan Paul changed the script, accusing him of failing to pay the $3 million due. The entire situation became less about fighting and more about legal threats. Logan Paul even went so far as to say Floyd might be broke. He made fun of it on social media, but the truth is far more serious. Nobody knows where Floyd's money goes. The fact is that real billionaires do not need to convince the world of their wealth every day. Floyd Mayweather is broke. Logan Paul thinks this to be the case. Logan hopped on the walkway to the Fight Club show, and when queried about his pay, he was nothing short of candid. Unfortunately, It is the same. Floyd money may I expected to receive my check rather quickly, but that did not happen, so I'm sure it will arrive someday, right? I realized I was being strung along. This is a classic. Hello, buddy. You're the newbie in this field. We are going to control you any way we want. Take a ride and shut up. Instead of shutting up, I mock him on social media and tell everyone that he has no money. I make a joke, am snarky, and point the finger at Floyd. Well, I'm not sure if it's his fault. Maybe a tiny bit, but something tells me Floyd doesn't have power over where the money goes, or maybe he does, I'm not sure. And I don't really care. All I want is my money. I remember the week before my fight with Floyd. I was in my hotel room, alone, my head about to break. You are about to face possibly the greatest boxer of all time. As a first-time YouTuber, you did an excellent job of finishing the documentation. I got Floyd Mayweather to agree to fight me, but you put on a respectable show, so people walked away, and it's no longer a gimmick. I owe Floyd thanks, Floyd Mayweather. I look forward to getting the remainder of the money you owe me, but thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Logan Paul vowed to sue Floyd for owed millions. He simply stated, I'll see you in court, and if Logan wins, it will be more than just a financial loss. It will be another blow to Floyd's already tarnished image. These aren't simply lazy business choices. There are signs that a man is spiraling. Or is that something you cannot discuss? No, he hasn't paid me. You stupid. That's a fact. Short, few blades. Yeah. Wow, there are still a few dinners. Yeah. Oh, yes. Have you been in touch with him? Nah. We're bringing this to court. No. Are you being serious? This is similar to do I look serious, lady? You do. I am just making sure. Sorry. Really, I'm just no. I am you. I am not you. Yes, we are taking it to court. No way. Goodness. So yes. See you in court. Congrats, you are going to jail. Floyd, this would not be Floyd's first brush with the law. He's previously spent time in jail and frequently discusses how celebrity took him his freedom. But what's hilarious is how his financial mistakes are pulling him closer to greater legal jeopardy. It doesn't matter how much money you have if you're in jail. You're aware that I have 3 children with a young girl. We didn't see eye to eye. She seemed upset. Had some alcohol in her system, she was a little agitated, and I told her that I needed the keys to my truck. She was upset. She did not want me to take the keys to the truck. So things got out of hand, and they blew things up bigger than they are meant to be. So things happen, but you still had to do 2 months, right? Yes, I did 2 months for a misdemeanor. So, what's it like to have everything and then lose your freedom? That's what I found out. Freedom is extremely important. Freedom is extremely important, and I am just thrilled to be free. I'm pleased to be back. Former pal 50 Cent even recounted his story, saying Floyd never paid him for projects he helped fund. Floyd's excuse was that he did not ask him to do it. That attitude displays not only a lack of gratitude, but also a troubling tendency of utilizing people when it is convenient and then dismissing them afterward. Floyd Mayweather once claimed to be the best fighter of all time. He created an empire with his fists, but now he's seeing it fall due to ego trips and excessive spending. Legal threats, bogus investments, and paid fights, and dodgy contracts all point to the empire's demise. And this time, there may not be a comeback. Anyone who knows Floyd gets that he does not want to be alone in that position, and I was worried about him since I went to see him more than anyone else he considered a friend would. And it's because I knew he, like this, would buy you things to keep you around. Temperament, there is no balance. He can do anything, and they still stay because it's like. That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for the next.